Hello there, viewer. I'm Zammy, and this is Zammy's Thoughts. Zammy's Thoughts is a video log series that I'm creating. Well, could just be a one-shot. We'll see when it comes to the future. This video is answering questions from people that have been asking me left and right, fellow yo-yoers, friends, family, random people. So you're going to find some interesting answers. Connor Vranazan asks, what is your favorite martial arts movie? Well, the answer to that is my favorite martial arts movie is going to be Jackie Chan's Drunken Master. Ah-ya! Yeah? Brett Grimes of One Drop asks, when did you focus on Mobius, and why? To answer your question, Brett, I started Mobius in either 2005 or 2006 at the Wisconsin State Yo-Yo Competition, also known as MadFest. Why I started Mobius was because that it was so experimental. There was nothing going on with it, barely anyone knew about it. I just had to do it. My creative outlet was Mobius, and it still is today. Braxton Gild asks, how many yo-yos do you own? Well, if you're looking behind me, that's your answer. Artem Sandries asks, what can you say about being sponsored versus being unsponsored? My personal thought. Stay as being an unsponsored player. The reason why I say that is once you become a sponsored player, it does change you. Sponsorship puts a lot more burden upon your plate. You have to be more mature, you have to be more responsible, you have to be more presentable to the yo-yo world, as well as the regular world. You have to have more positive attributes, you have to be businesslike, you have to be tactful. All these things add up. And if you cannot handle the responsibility of all of them, then you're better off not being a sponsored player. Jen asks, what yo-yo company would you represent besides Duncan? It would be a toss-up between Double Take Industries versus Newton Yo-Yo Concepts and One Drop. Each company really does have a positive influence in the yo-yo world, and that's exactly what I want for a sponsor. Chong Ray Lim asks, why did you reject One Drop's sponsorship offer? Well, the reason why is that I just would have been a good fit when it came to the One Drop team. It would have not felt at home. It would not felt myself if I was part of One Drop. Even though that I wanted to be a part of One Drop once upon a time, I had to further think about it deep and hard, and it just came to the conclusion that I wanted to follow my heart. Also, my buddy Graham, hi Graham, probably would not have let me want to be a part of the team because he knew that my heart is for a Duncan crew worldwide. Duncan equals love. And I know that wasn't a heart, it looks like a kidney. Fascino asks, what is your opinion with rock and rock, paper, scissors? Solid throw, or is rock for rookies? Rock equals power! Power! Power. Surendra asks, what happened to the Black Death yo-yo? Most of the Black Deaths have either been sold or traded away. I only have 3 left. 2 of them are prototypes, and I have the very first one right here. This has the custom, my favorite colors, paint splattered on the caps instead of the blood splatter. There is a possibility of the Black Death returning. However, it's not going to have the name Black Death. I'm not saying what type of material it is. I'm not saying the response. All I'm telling you is that the name is going to be known as the Life. Fulux Hookam asks, what was your most exciting event in 2010? The most exciting event of 2010 for me was my trip to New York City, where I got to work with a professional video crew to make a Mobius video that was super legit. It was super professional, and thank you, Pat. Thank you. Bradley Moss asks, what is the story behind the name Zammy? Alright, well, for starters, the name Zammy actually originates from the name Zamstrom. Zamstrom was a name that I had used to name a character, one of my fan-base characters, from the Mega Man X series. See, I'm pretty much an anime artist, and I used to love creating characters left and right, and I named one of them Zamstrom. So that's where the name came from. Well, over the years, no one didn't really like saying the name Zamstrom all the time, so Josh Lichten up in Minnesota pretty much just shortened it to Zammy, and it just swept off from there. Everyone loves the name Zammy, and everyone seems to remember it so easily. So that's that. But also, what's actually really fun with the name Zammy, just anything with Zam, is that everyone can make their own original nickname towards me, like Zamburger, Zamboni, Zammy Claus, the Zamsters, Zammers. Whenever I hear the name Zam with something attached to it, I'm gonna pretty much just turn my head. Letitia Weiss asks, do you have a New Year's resolution? If so, what is it? I do have some New Year's resolutions for 2011. One of them being is that I need to stop swearing. Another one is that I need to lose weight, so I need to make all this bubble gum on my body fly away. Third one, I definitely need to grow up somehow. Fourth one, I am getting my butt over the seas. You're gonna see me at Singapore, Asia Pacific 2011, and that is a guarantee. Brenton Pankrantz asks, will you ever try competing in regular 1A, as in doing regular 1A? 2011 contest 1A. Bring it. Matt Gallagher asks, would you do the people's elbow upon a baby deer? All I have to say to that is, do you know what the Zammy's cooking? I have no idea what I'm cooking. Pizza. Victor Ankai Xuan asks, what does Duncan represent to you? Why does Duncan equal love? The best way for me to answer that question is in the form of a picture. So I'm going to use this yo-yo, and I'm going to show you what I mean. This is what Duncan means to me. Duncan equals heart, equals soul, passion, integrity, honesty, care, love. It means so many things, and I wish I have every single one of those traits. Someday, I will learn each and every one of them. Duncan equals love, that's pretty easy. Duncan equals love, and love being the community, being as of every single yo-yoer, being as of the world. So Duncan equals everything. Duncan equals love. Gennaro Manzano asks, what started you to yo-yo? What actually started me to get into yo-yoing was that I just saw a simple Duncan Neo, or Butterfly, I think that's what it was, in the Walmart aisle, and so I picked it up and I started to fiddle around with it. But it wasn't until a few years later, when the boom started to happen in '98, that I saw all my childhood friends playing with yo-yo, and so I wanted to get involved into it. So I was trying to fit in with the crowd. Well, as yo-yoing started to die off, I started to get more into yo-yoing. It started to intrigue me, it started to challenge me. It actually started to make me angry with it, and when I get angry, I don't give up at it. So that is how I got started with yo-yoing, and I don't regret it. I love yo-yoing from the bottom of my heart, and I'll continue to do so until the day I die. Well, that's all the Q&As that I have. So that's that. This is Zammy. Have a happy new year. This is 2010. I will see you in the future. 2011. Peace out. Later days, guys.